This is the I Know Podcast where we're all about healthy debate, honest conversation, and talking beer junk. Information, knowledge, observation.
This is the I Know Podcast. I-N-O. Information, knowledge, observation. Also,
What the frogs was that?
it's because his legs, the skin just look clean, but
Are you telling me though?
and he white pants.
You telling him, he like.
He telling me my eyes
You can say, but yeah.
Mosi.
Was it like
Let me
your
see your eyes,
eyes,
B.
bro?
Let me see your eyes.
Don't relax,
Let me see your eyes,
man.
Joe. Look at me.
This is a nice welcome back.
Remember,
We got Mosi, we got Kofi, we got Romar is back.
Romar.
Yeah, man. Round of applause for Romar, man. Round of applause, man. And we got some boy that I feel like
for Yankee.
we got some boy here that I feel like is a day one. I like not even day one for the podcast, day one in general.
yeah.
We got Shamika. And we got things to talk about, man. But you went where?
Yeah, man.
Rom, you went Canada for anybody that didn't know. Tell me about it, B.
Canada nice, B. I left last year, August. Studying Recording Arts Canada, as who didn't see that episode. Studying in audio engineering. So, yeah, I learned a few things. I could probably tell most a little thing or two.
You know, I realize that most Bajans that go Canada once don't come back.
Yeah.
Either don't come back or make plans to leave and not come back.
I not come back. Yeah,
What is though?
it's sweet. They're nice, people nice. The vibe, just the atmosphere.
vibe probably helps.
Yeah, I guess and that's the next thing too. The biggest thing that I acknowledged was like the diversity in Canada, in Toronto specifically. Like the different cultures, just everything just cool, man. Everybody real sweet and nice, and compared to the States, right? Canada clean, everything. Mose was up there, so he know for his hand. But yeah, it's just nice.
Right, the main thing that we want to talk about is Rom, you were saying yesterday that you going through some,
Right.
anxiety and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
want to talk about, that. Like when you said anxiety, give me a bit more.
Right. Like, I just was thinking like, it's a good idea to talk about like being in control of your mental health and anxiety in terms of my mind does drift quick and a lot, right? And then it causing like recently being in Canada, I paying rent, I living on my own, what's not, and like things hard, right? Things hard, not like oh my god, I like they're suffering people, but just like being comfortable and things and worrying about, cause I ain't find a job yet, and I get the loan going down, etc. I got paying rent every month, and it's like I worrying about shit ahead of time. Right? And then when I start worrying about one thing, everything else that's going on around me, it's a domino effect. Everything else that's going on around me just kind of trickle off, and all the other little small pieces in my life that just start to explode.
This is a new feeling for you, or are you experiencing?
Nah, I had like I was always a overthinker, but I actually like years ago I actually had like I guess close to mental breakdown, if you want to call it that.
I know you for years, and I never fully understood what you went through, so you could try to explain.
All right, so this was, let me say, 2015. Nah, before that. We was at UV.
I just guess a number.
We was at UV. I left UV in 2010. We went UV 2009.
Oh, then you drop out, boy.
Yeah, I dropped out. We went UV in 2009, 2010. Yeah, I was there. Then when you guys would have been in third year, I got RTW, so I took a leave. Like
RTW returned to
required to withdraw.
Oh, right, okay.
I took a year leave, and then I happened to come back the semester. I happened to come back the second semester, of which would have been the fourth year. Then I changed majors. Anyhow, UV was a bunch of weird things. But anyway, so like in 2011, I started working. And I had a lot going on. Like the job, I didn't like the job. I didn't like the job.
Yeah, the mess sick, baby.
Right, in 2011, I started working. I didn't like the job. I had.
This is where?
I think.
Alright, cool, sorry.
Right, I didn't like the job. Exams.
I gotta remember that I didn't like your job thing. We didn't get into that.
Oh,
But anyway,
right,
keep going.
Exams. Girl issues. A lot going on, and I was smoking weed hard then, right? And not being naturally.
You can say that like on camera in Barbados.
He
like,
was smoking weed, yeah, that's not illegal.
okay, cool.
Hey,
Go
that's
ahead. Go
smoking.
on. Okay, cool.
Right. So, like, being already naturally an overthinker, and basically, with my experience with it is enhance who you already are, right?
Yeah, it does.
And so, like,
I've heard.
yeah.
And how so who you already are? You could explain.
Like, or for me, being naturally an overthinker, it would
Hyper
boost
aware.
that.
All
Right.
the qualities that you have,
Right.
they overdrive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So all that going on, and then this particular weekend, I is this our person when I love work because like it was a girl then, like I had to know the feeling of disappointment. Right. So this particular weekend, saying how it happened, and she was like real disappointed in me, like legit. Like,
Disappointed in you. Okay.
in me, right? And that just triggered everything. So that weekend, I like legit disappear, and legit disappear, B. And I just went point block, and that whole weekend, I didn't in contact with nobody, and it's just smoking hard, and just to disappear. And then the Monday come now, and it was back to reality. I go back to work, whatever. Remember, I don't like your job. I think it was exam time. She
So just all this.
yeah, right? So I went back to work the Monday, and legit my chest was killing me. Like my chest was like gripping me and like
So
with the help.
so all this throughout the whole weekend,
Right.
your mind was basically
Just not there. Like it just disappeared. I legit was like I remember being the last man to left the block and the first man back on the block. Right? Like I just don't
You
want to
want
be
escape.
inside.
You
I
don't want
didn't
escape.
want nothing, right? And
but my thing is if the weed was making it worse, why you would want to go back to the weed?
at that point, obviously, I wasn't that person saying, all right, this what is doing to me. And I don't fully blame the weed,
Okay.
right? It's a combination of things. Like, for me, from my experience with marijuana, as I say, it's an enhancement of what's going on around you and who you are or whatever. So it's like, because all that shit was going on, maybe
It made it worse.
It made it worse or whatever the case may be. For some people, in control of the mind, in control of everything, so that's the way people will use weed and everything.
But I wanted to say, a lot of people is hype up weed. For lack of a better term, a lot of people say, "Oh, weed is this most glorious thing." A lot of people need to realize, yeah, it's cool, but it's
for
not
who?
that.
For
yeah,
who it for?
I
It's
ain't
not
gonna
that.
lie, this is the first time I've heard a Bajan say that weed had a negative effect on him. First time ever I've heard a Bajan say that.
Right.
Because we so stupid
But
behind
that's
the
it.
music of sorry for cutting you off. Behind the music of Jamaicans and behind what here save the God. And people don't realize the negative effects is when you see a man that addicted to weed and has no. You ever heard a man saying, "I need a joint because you ain't smoked in last hour"? Like what? I've seen that. We have seen that. We have friends that have been through similar things, and it's like you're so unaware that you are addicted to a substance because it's not crack. Because it's not crack doesn't mean it's good though.
But like, just to add to this thing, like I
Also
don't
finish this
I don't
thing.
right, I gotta finish this thing, but I don't necessarily believe in our addiction. I mean I just get Corey don't on that point, but I guess we can get out.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you
As in
mean?
you said, right before I finish,
Explain, Romar.
Oh, there you are.
Well, you could just move the mic to you.
I'd say I probably want.
You could talk to mic. Right, yeah.
You could hold. You could hold him.
Saying,
You just wanted people
But
that.
wait, man, let me
break you down about addiction.
Yeah.
Like it is a thing.
But we've had addiction around you,
It
right?
makes if you want to be on the ground, you could hold
Me,
it.
no, people can count me for this, but I live in Black Rock.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I just see addiction for sure.
So
You mean-
you're saying that what he's saying, you believe in addiction. What he's saying is wrong, right? So why do you say that you don't believe in addiction?
I guess again that's my personal experience. Like when I decided to stop smoking, I stopped smoking.
Nah, well,
You
can't
are the
use your
only
own- you
person
can't
I
use
know
your
that
own,
cut cold turkey, and I find that amazing of you, dog.
Oh, you mean like it's a mind thing? That's what you mean?
Right.
I get that at from a certain extent, but like addiction is a.
I know people
Okay.
that when
But not
you
for you,
want to
not
quit,
for you,
but it's
Right.
withdrawals, Romar.
Huh? Right. Yeah, I did go through withdrawals and everything. All right. Let me continue.
Let me get there. Let me get there.
Right, you said that you to go back to where you were in your story. You said that on Monday you went to work and you checked your stuff.
Right. So, you know, back to work Monday, back to reality. Remember, I just shut down. Remember the like it kind of just disappeared. So it's back to reality and back to everything. Back to having to face dealing with the girl and what's not and everything. Right.
Wait, you ain't talking for the weekend?
It disappeared, dog. Like disappear. Be
You know
like
you're single though.
disappear. Huh?
You were single.
No.
Well, all right, cool.
He was making the situation worse.
Right. Obviously, but then what had happened was, no, as I said, when I get work, no, and my chest just do so and just put me in the headlock and say, listen, what are you doing? legitly.
I love that. His chest put him in the headlock. It was very funny to me.
You're not paying
You
though.
laughing, cool. The
Nah,
only way
listen,
I know how to explain anxiety is like a box juice, and you squeeze it in
Right.
the middle.
I get that. But your chest put you in the headlock.
That's like a headlock.
I am imagining your arm comes through your chest and put you in the headlock. That was funny to me.
So if you experience in the car,
I really am. I really am.
So, like, when I had that feeling,
You could
right, I
explain
remember.
the feeling, though. Like, you could
She
explain.
just explained it. Like, imagine
Explain
yourself
on the spot.
being a box juice and a hand gripping that box juice and just squeezing it
And you
in
can
the
only breathe
middle.
from the top part, and
Yeah.
you're trying to get it all the way down to the bottom.
And this is when he was at work.
I was at work.
That's
right?
exactly that.
That
right?
is what
That's
it
very
is.
accurate. That's just box. Not that
Right.
headlock.
Right? And I was at work and I was trying to do what I had to do and I couldn't do it. Like my chest started hurting me. Prior to that day though, I remember days being at work where I just legit just walk through the door and walk around the entire Newton. Just walk. Right? Just to breathe.
I wonder where that job was. No boy.
Girl down. It wasn't a girl down, buddy. It wasn't a girl down.
Right? So yeah. So that day, right, so I called my father and I was like, yeah, just heard me blah blah blah. I want to get the doctor and thing. So I went to the doctor.
Sorry. Sorry, bro. That just came out of corner.
What? Oh, and it followed up.
Clarify.
You're right. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, again, your daughter. I had a car and thing, so he was like, yeah, I'm never good to drive and blah, blah, blah. And thing. I said, yeah, boom, boom, boom. I remember we get to bus around the boat and I almost hit our sandal. Yeah, because my father was driving behind me.
Oh, okay.
I almost hit. And my father, other day, my father still tell me about that he's sorry that he didn't let me drive and blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, so I make it
at
his
this
daughter.
time when your chest was tight, is because you was like thinking about everything at once.
But
or
is it
was
like,
just
Yo, where you think like things?
yeah,
That
or
makes sense.
it was more just a physical response. Or you felt
No,
like
I mean, like, I can't explain this. Like, you thinking about it, but you busy with your day, so you're not even actively thinking about it. It's just in your mind.
no, it was. Like,
You were actively thinking about it?
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah,
about it.
okay.
I'm having to face back, knowing that I disappear and then having to face back reality or
yeah.
whatever, right?
Right.
So the disappointment again.
Right. Well, all right, yeah, that was the trigger. Anyway,
you
so
went on the ball and you was gonna hit. Like.
yeah, but I make it to the daughter. I make it to the daughter office and it was there and thing. Then at that point, I tell my father I will call the girl and tell she here, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. She come. And she blew vats. She wanna know like what the hell like where it disappeared. Like she vexed. She didn't know what going on yet.
That is so
right?
funny to
Right?
me. Listen,
Right?
She came to the doctor and was vexed with you, dog.
Pissing vats, dog. Like pissing vats, right?
You know what's very
I don't know
interesting?
my thing.
Yeah.
You know what's I know. All I know is that it's funny how when signs be wrong with you, the people around you just make it about them because you ain't tell them what going on with you.
But no, she was vexed because it disappeared and then answered because
Exactly.
Because the whole weekend she was calling.
Right, the reason I don't think that's the same thing, Mark.
But Joey, she don't understand. She don't understand.
But I can
the
get to
reason.
the point now. I get what you're
She
saying,
probably
right?
take the man like Brecky for saying.
I mean, I'm not related to the
Right, she
weekend.
don't think that exactly.
Okay.
'Cause she
Right,
doesn't know
so
what's going on.
right, so she vexed.
He doctor's office.
Right, yeah, that was that was.
But you get me, you
But
get me, you get me.
Right. So I was there and she pissing vets and cause obviously this period whole weekend she calling me and answering and she crawling. We legit outside the patio and she crawling with me. And I just there, you know, like try to breathe or whatever. Anyhow, so I go in the doctor office.
That's so funny. Somebody calling you while you trying to live. You're trying to
Let me live.
So I go in the doctor office now and doctor talking and boom boom. And I just started crying. Like legit just started crying and
She was still crying.
no, she wasn't into it. It was just me and the daughter. I just started crying so bad.
Like, get her ass out.
Nah, she never anything. But I just started crying and started everything and thing. And then basically the doctor was trying to tell me that I'm mentally tired. I'm mentally exhausted. And if I don't be careful, I could get...
Wait, is that how you feel about that she do though? Are you so cruel about?
He wasn't cruel. He disappointed her.
No.
Yeah. But what is that you was crying about though?
It was the accumulation of everything.
Yeah, but what is everything? I mean, your details.
The job he don't like.
Right, your job he don't like.
The girl.
But the
Everything
disappointment with the girl.
like-
What is that disappointment?
He just want your business. We don't tell him nothing.
I need details, man.
You don't need details. Just imagine that he disappointed her. He does not deal with disappointment well.
Yeah, I don't deal with disappointment.
I don't think
I don't deal with
matters.
Like
He
yeah.
I think it matters though. I think it
Nah,
matters.
you just want to know. I don't want to.
I don't think
You don't want to say. You don't want to say.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah. So the doctor basically told me that I'm mentally exhausted and
Well, I'm out of curiosity. He did any test, or he just hear you testimony and said so.
yeah.
Huh?
There's a GP. There's a GP.
Yeah.
There's just a GP, right? After I would have went to therapy and whatnot. But there's
After?
Not directly after.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
I think I went to GP. I get my heart test. I get a whole heap of tests.
Right. We just sit on top, right? Obviously we'll do the normal little pressure thing, blah blah blah, right? But we just sit on top, and before I started crying, like out of nowhere, right? He was like, I mentally exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted, and then he was like, if I don't be careful, I could get
Shamika to kill
I could get
stroke.
attack.
Heart attack.
Not heart attack, but like a panic attack
But panic attacks and like a symptom of anxiety.
or whatever, right?
They struggling to breathe in the
I
panic.
can't remember exactly what he said. I don't think it was just panic,
attacks is
right?
different though. Than I could be wrong, but I feel like panic attacks different than anxiety attacks.
Right. I agree with that.
Right? So then,
Okay.
then, in the midst of the occurring and thing, he asked me, right? I told him, all right, to go and call my dad and the girl and whatnot. So my dad come in, see me crying. She come in, see me crying. And
Oh my God.
then so he basically explained to them what's going on, right? And you know the stigma behind mental health and things. So for a time he was like mentally exhausted. And the stigma behind it is like, oh, you're getting mad.
Yeah.
Right? Or whatever the case might be. So it was so funny. Like I teach you about it. I think I used to teach you about it. It's like she whole friggin'
Do you mean to change?
everything just changed. The girl was like kneeling down in front of me talking about she's so sorry and this ain't her because we was crawling and everything. So everything just changed. So it just find out funny.
But you know, again,
my father
that goes to show like the stigma behind mental health just goes to show like the ignorance of Bajans and our older generation, because we don't think that's a thing, because we don't see it. You can't see mental exhaustion. You can't see anxiety. We see a cold. We see a cold. We see
just mad.
exactly. But when you're mad, something wrong with you. Not necessarily like
Mad as ass.
the most important. The most important organ, right? We put no store in because it just in your head. Of course, it's in your head.
Yeah, that's just you.
That is my mental health. It's in my head.
Well, your doctor was curious about how much weed that you was using at
we ain't get there yet. No.
Okay.
Right. So all right. Fast forward, right, so basically he explained what happening and blah, 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 and telling them that I exhausted trying to figure out everything, blah, 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 blah. Them didn't mean a change. My dad was like, he feeling bad, he start crying, whatever, thing. So from there, no, I got like 3 weeks or so from the job, right? But in that time, he sent me to actual therapist. This first guy that I was going to, he was a psychiatrist, which is this is the one that could prescribe the pills and whatnot, right? This guy, you know, he was sporty, you know. I basically, you know, start talking. When I started going therapy and thing, he basically asked me how much weed I smoke, right? I kind of tried to ask man, blah blah blah, and it was at that point.
When you try to explain,
me try to measure out how much you smoke in a week or something.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So at that point, no, I had just one answer. If it's the weed, if it's what going on around me, I didn't want answers because myself too got a stigma behind the whole mental health thing and telling myself off what again, man. Walk the Russell, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
real, right?
Yeah. So like I wanted the answer. I was like, all right. At this point, remember at this point, I still ignorant to the whole idea of smoking. If it's just this or whatever. So I like, all right. Do I stop smoking? What I supposed to do? Thing. This doctor, the man was so nonchalant. The man was just like, he can't tell me. Basically, he was just trying to say that he didn't know how hard it is on it right now at the point. So he can't say if to just ease off or if to just stop. And I thought that was so...
You think this could be a stigma because of how you probably looked at the thing? You have bongo lots, I think.
Yeah, I have my other lots there.
I don't feel
I think.
You don't? Okay.
Nah, he was telling me that like Verdun House is a what is it called now?
I think this is a bad therapist.
It's not half house. It's not rehabilitation.
A rehab center, right?
That ain't the better term for a rehab center. I generally thought so.
So
Half a house?
he was telling me about
that got different meaning.
Okay.
Like you're transitioning from
Prison to
prison.
halfway house is prison, right? Halfway house is prison to.
I don't know. There may be a personal
Halfway house,
similarity,
yeah,
but
okay.
it got to do with getting from like a mental hospital and thing. You transition
Oh,
into society.
okay. I honestly thought it was rehab.
Yeah, not necessarily.
sorry. No, I'm wrong. Sorry, it's education. It's knowledge. But I didn't know. I didn't know.
But yeah, so he was explaining to me that he has a patient at Verdun House that, you know, how he dealing with it, like he had to trickle off, he had to slow down and not just stop. So this doctor was telling me like he don't know what to tell me, and I felt that like to be so like
lazy.
What the hell, like what he's supposed to do now, right?
That's what he was saying before. That just sound like a
I
bad
don't know
therapist.
too, but I don't know too if
like a bad therapist, though.
check it. No, I don't know too if it's just because it was a UE doctor. That's the point. It was a UE doctor. That's where the same because I would have had exams and things too, so I had to go to him to be exempted from exams and all that shit.
So the UE therapist or was he? All right.
Right? That's where it started. But I remember now being home for them couple of weeks. There was a breaking point for me that I would never forget as long as I live, right? There was a day I was at home, right?
Sorry, no.
And
that was me.
The day was home, right?
I was at home, me and my dad was home. And my dad had just given me the insurance paper to fill out, right? And I was writing out the thing, and I could not remember the date for the life of me. And I started to freak out.
They find for it. What happened? What's freaking out?
I started to tremble. I tell myself, all right, there's it here now. I got in over the line. Just because I cannot.
So you were psyching yourself out that you were worse than you really
right,
were.
because the whole idea a mental thing. So I was there at the table and it just started to freak out. My dad got me through that 2 weeks. A lot though, cause my dad gave me some tough love. I remember a day I went in the bath, right? I legit went in the bath and I jerk off. And I started crying.
How's he doing?
I started crying.
Sorry.
I started crying.
You started crying, why?
I don't know.
You my brat.
I do not know, Marcus. I do not know. I mean,
Well,
Bob.
that's what
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing, right? I mean, Bob.
Wait. I said as you do, and he. Sorry.
But I mean, Bob, right? But anyhow, I come out the bath crying, right?
What a man's drinking bath like regular? I don't drinking bath me. Nah, me.
Alright, easy, but.
But I come out the bath crying.
So okay.
What? What?
All right, let me get it my chance. Let me get my chance. Let me get a chance.
What do you mean? Talk.
This is soap.
You was crying.
This is convenient and it's soap and lube.
What is soap doing, me? How is soap lube?
But the point is, right? The point.
Most soaps have like dry and Asians. Be more so be dry with skin.
No, if you got a good lather, no, boy. What are you talking about?
What you been with?
What are you talking about?
About soap like you do.
I be what you been with, dog.
It's not the blue soap. I ain't saying like
I'm not saying blue soap. Obviously not blue soap.
Liquid soap, big man.
Well, liquid soap. Some liquid soap to be moisturizing. You correct. Continue.
Right. So
Anyway,
the point. Right.
No, he crazy when he come on the show.
Right.
So the point that I was making.
When he come up the show.
The point that
That's a mini show, Nick.
Romar, with you, dog. Yeah, with you.
The point that that I was trying to make was that I was home like I know why I cry, but I hadn't jerk off for a while.
Was it related to everything?
I don't know.
Are you?
I cannot explain.
Wait, I don't catch myself.
I cannot
You
explain.
was one of them men, right? You come. Obviously, as men have retarded conversations. I know. I don't know why. But when you jerk, you feel guilt afterward.
That is me.
You think that you think like this is like because you say you haven't done it in a while and with everything going on, this could be
That's
some
what
sort
it
of
was.
immeasurable guilt.
I know.
Because
I know.
it could just be guilt.
I know. But anyway, the point I was getting at.
Already, though. I just feel like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this now? Like, it's middle of the day. Why am I doing this now?
But the point I getting at, right?
Alright, me.
Was,
I don't want to hug on you, man, so bad.
the point I getting at was that the point I getting at was that the tough love. I was trying to get an example of the tough love, right? So I come with back crying, right? I will never forget this. My dad was like top of stairs, and I come with back crying. My father come here and say, "My man on you. We getting us for all that foolishness, man." Right? And I just start crying.
Toxic masculinity.
I just start crying. Like I just remember that. I know for whatever reason I just remember that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so
did it help though? Did it help that?
Did you feel like manning up, quote unquote?
yeah, I start crying. Like
And that's not what I
immediately.
asked you though.
That's not what he asked. You stopped crying, but did it help in the long term? Like,
I feel so. Yeah, it get me through it. Like so that get me through.
So wait,
Being,
is it the fear of disappointing your father that put you through that?
the man again.
But now I want to know because
You
I
actually are on a couch. You can recline.
You just say you're a man that don't like to disappoint, and your father can come and tell you, "Breeze that crying thing," and you immediately stop crying.
Right.
You going through emotions, dog.
I don't know.
He said
I don't
it
know.
too. Your father said
Is
it.
your father
They
says
have
it?
a very, very close.
Cool,
relationship.
exactly, yeah, for real. And that's what
And that
I
could have put something
Easily.
in place for him.
Easily.
It could be a reassuring thing too.
I'm curious.
You're going to be all right.
I'm curious to
Wrong.
pay Romar's money to find out what his what it was like then. Marcus is second man, so it's a serious thing.
Your father always used to give you tough love in life, just in general.
I would say so.
Do things if you gotta do it, but maybe suck it
I
up and do it.
mean, tough love in the sense of being mushy. We don't do the I loves you. We don't do the.
But you understand here that he's coming from.
Thing anyways.
You understand where he's coming from a good place, right?
Trust.
Okay.
Right.
But I don't want to seem like I'm rushing you right through the thing. But I want to get to the part where you realize that it could have been triggered by the marijuana.
Right. All right. So they threw all that there.
And before you do that. Alright, so you were saying.
Going through all that.
8 years, boy.
Yeah, going through all of that and like when I started catch back myself and things, like I had stopped. As I said, like living that experience, I had stopped immediately. Yes, as we were saying earlier, I had withdrawal symptoms. I legit that shit you see on TV is real in the sense of I was restless. I wasn't on crack nor anything, so I wasn't, right? But it was restless.
On white, I think.
I
Right.
think that's related to that very crack though.
What?
I mean, sometimes it's just comforting to do that. It's not
Well,
necessarily.
you understand me, though.
Right. So I wasn't restless. I wasn't restless nor anything. I mean, I was restless. Like I could have feel anxious, piercing, all them things is legit.
Right.
So that's what made me have said that like I don't believe in addiction because I know my mind was like alright done with this and I stopped, right? So like I want to say like couple years after, right? Because I get through it. As I say, I start going therapy. I went back to work. I actually get promotion at work.
Don't run through. How the therapy was though? Like how you have feel at first when you was going? How did it seem beneficial to you?
Yeah, because again, I was getting to like just express.
You talk to enough people, like generally, like
you got support group.
Yeah, like you friends.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah. Then yeah.
So
yeah.
what the therapist was doing that they weren't doing?
It's personal shit. Like personally in the sense
that's
of
what he means. Do you talk these things you talk with the therapist with other people?
But then it wasn't like
That open
about shit, right? So having that vent and everything get me through certain things. Therapy.
sorry. I'm real sorry for you. I also feel stinking. Sorry. That's weird. No, sorry.
Therapy get me through. Like I feel like it helped me. Just to express, just to be reassured, and it's in certain kind of like, alright, I could make it through whatever. It was cool, and I never was like on a medication, nor like.
You could have talked to man, Dobby.
I don't think.
I mean, but that's the thing. But then, right? But not only that too. But then, if
sorry, like, man, by the way, not all.
If myself, was immature to this thing, man, like all of it was young.
Oh, I mean, you wouldn't want to.
Everybody, man would have been like,
yeah. All right, I know, father. I'm thinking about the men nowadays.
But that's the benefit a therapy does. It's feel like a safe space where you can just say whatever you want. Because when somebody is being paid to listen, it's a different dynamic than somebody listening just by the way.
I want to say too.
Confidentiality.
Yeah, right. That too. That is a good point.
That's very true, Shamika. I want to say two things. Well, like before you got there, I remembered, and it relates it. Could I add to your the way you cut cold turkey? To be blunt, you're real stubborn though. You are one of the most stubborn man I know. And if you probably like, just tell yourself I done and you done, but you gotta acknowledge that Romar Paris living on a completely different wavelength than Mosi Daniel.
Right.
So you could do like that, cause they know more. I just can't get this man do certain things if he don't want to do it. And it's not saying but we probably push this man. He don't. If Romar does not want to do something, he does not do it. If Romar wants to do something, he does it.
Right.
That and
he's a man. Don't eat everybody pie, big man.
little things like that. Man. I will steal my nugget. I didn't really forgive you for that. Carry one my nuggets at a time. But
that's a serious.
Also, you didn't really say you glossed over it. You didn't really say how stopping the weed actually helped. You just said you stopped.
But that's the thing, like, it was a combination of things. That way it was getting at. Like, when I stopped and I was coming through mostly, as you said, I was psyching up myself more than anything else, right? So, being on the same block helped me a lot. I mean, I was, as you say, stubborn, so I was around me smoking 24 hours, like, you know what I mean? But just being out the house and being socializing and thing helped me a lot. When I went back to work, I eventually like get a promotion and thing, and was things was starting to look up. The girl, everything was getting back a certain way, whatever the case might be. So it's a combination of things that really helped me through. And I guess when I start smoking, obviously I ain't overthinking as much. I ain't analyzing. I kind of gaining back control of my mental. And all that is will kind of like help.
Sorry, I'm just real curious about scenario. You smoke communally, like you smoke with people, or you just smoke by yourself?
With people.
Right. So I don't understand how you got time to overthink.
When you come away from people. Sometimes I wouldn't smoking by myself and things too. But when you come away from people and just naturally.
How long does a Romar high last though?
Just naturally. I don't know.
But no, it's a
just naturally
because I imagine you on the block, you a man. You're not talking about Romar's problems. You're talking about.
But no. But you gotta understand, like when you're smoking actively or smoking, you're smoking.
Oh, sorry.
when you're actively a smoker, right?
Yeah.
It's become like a part of you. Like when I say a part of you, like it ain't just about the high.
It sounds to me,
system.
I can be real, right? And I'm not even saying this as a defender of marijuana or anything. It sounds like you beat an addiction and not as if the marijuana was remotely contributing to your problems. It sounds like an addiction was contributing to your problems. It could have been the gym. It could have been you going to the gym. You were the gym man. But that was an addiction that you beat. It's just that in the case of time, in the case of point, it was marijuana. Again, you're saying that you overthink. How can you overthink when If we were in this room,
But-
right,
but-
and one of us was high, let me finish, and one of us were high, you're gonna be talking with right, sorry, you're gonna be talking with the man, though, you ain't gonna be like worrying about Romar, you're gonna be talking about whatever. So it's only when that wears off. From what I know, a high don't last that long.
But that's my point. That's my point.
Because like when you're the overtaker, you.
But that's my
always
point, but-
overthink
Kofi,
Exactly, it has nothing to do with
Dude,
being high.
despite
That's what I'm
you
talking
are
about.
on or where you
It
are.
has nothing to do with being high. That's what I'm getting at. If you overthink, you don't.
But no, my point also, Kofi, is that like as I try and say, when you are active smoker or whatever, and you are active weed in your system constantly, not just the high, right?
Mm-hmm.
It enhancing who you already are and it enhancing your overthinking, right? So not just the high enhancing my overthinking, my persona, my person at that point.
What is it about marijuana that always brought you back? Is it possibly because of the environment you were in that it was just like
You mean like where it was smoking?
Yeah, it was the thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than the kind of like the cultural kind of the subcultural thing that you was doing, like just being with the men or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, for yourself, how did it benefit you? You think there had benefits to being hyper aware yourself?
You
benefits per se.
Huh?
Right. So that we're trying to say it was just the thing to do. We grew up kind of on the block. It was just the thing to do, like. You know what I mean? Like, for me, like,
it was to be closer to the man. It wasn't necessarily for you personally.
If you grow up where you grew up, no. If you grow up or whatever the case, it was just, that's the next thing to do. You're coming out, you're a teenager, that's the next thing that gonna happen. Or you know what I mean? Like, so like, to answer your question, like, people ask me, like, I had a point too where they're smoking real cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes. When they start smoking the weed, I had a point of smoking cigarettes. People ask me why you smoking cigarettes. I can't answer that. Ain't make sense, like, to nobody, ain't make sense, like, I don't know.
Any reason is
right?
And
that's the next thing too, like, I had points where I would start smoking cigarettes, then I would stop. Alright? And then it would start back. I mean, stop, like, legit, a year stop, and then it would start back. And that's another thing, too, like, what is said about addiction. It could be being naive and it could be lying to myself and saying that I'm addicted there, but
it's starting about whatever. It's all because of the withdrawal and stuff.
Right.
To me, it sounds like an addiction.
Right. Also, like, you don't just, like, need a routine. Again, it just, to me, it feels like the fact that you went to smoking a cigarette maybe because it's familiar to a routine you have previously practiced. Like, this is a routine you've not adopted. So you're just going for you just cause right exactly.
So you mean so to enhance what you were saying is that smoking has become a way of life.
Yeah.
You're addicted to the action of
they
smoking,
this
but
like
not
it might be that might be
necessarily
exactly just the fact that you putting something in your lungs, not necessarily marijuana. It could be just bare Fanta. Be
people also got like
Man said beer Fanta.
Exaggeration.
People just do that.
I know that, but
People do that.
Fanta spliff.
Was the benefit?
Because they're still smoking, so they feel like.
but it could also.
So that's literally what I'm saying. Just the action.
It's like placebo.
No, but Freud just talk about oral fixation. People just like things in the mouth. But I'm serious.
Like suck a finger.
Suck a finger just turn into smoking, whether it's split, whatever.
I get where you're coming from. I miss my finger up to this day. I don't feel
You are 28.
But you still suck yourself?
No, I used to suck these two fingers.
Right, I remember that, yeah.
It don't feel the same way.
What?
because
Wait, time out. What do you mean? When you stop?
Why I stopped?
When?
Like, probably since I was like 14, we don't.
You was sucking fingers at 14?
Yes.
I'm not.
You see that curse word out?
I am just shocked.
myself.
I am just shocked. Yeah, could curse it, but I'm just shocked.
I remember that,
Yeah, he remembers.
Yeah.
Marcus, that was invisible from me.
Yeah, I was invisible. I was seeing things.
Visual observer.
I was watching. Yeah, we had to take a break for a minute. I want to get back to in terms of what is your relationship with weed now?
I don't smoke.
Huh?
I don't smoke.
You don't smoke weed. Ever since then, you have not smoked weed.
I have, but it's like the last time or after that experience, I started about maybe 4 years after, and that lasted for all of what, maybe a month.
I not interject, but how you previously smoked weed habitually? How often in this month were you smoking? Like, this was another block everyday thing, or this?
No,
was
not every day. This was
Like
just
14,
me.
right?
Yeah,
Alright.
it was like that.
This was when you was in Canada or here?
No, this is Barbados.
Oh.
And then since then, I haven't.
One of these days I can try smoking weed. I never have. Right? I'm not against weed. I just don't like smoking.
It's just fair.
So right, so eventually I would probably try maybe in a brownie or something, but I just never did. But from what I hear people talk about weed like it is this not glamorous, but it's just another.
You said the correct word.
Yeah, it is a
they
plant.
glorialize
It is a plant
Glorialize.
that that is this thing that was sent from God, and because it grows from
You
the
all know
earth,
the
there's
pup.
nothing
You
wrong
all
with
the
it.
pup. I heard Amara spit. Among the reason that when Solomon get buried,
It grow on his
it
grave.
grow in his grave, and Solomon a king will get buried in a grave and not a tomb.
I don't
But,
understand.
like,
But one thing for sure though is people that use it just defend it to the death of them.
But
Yeah, but there's people that did
different.
not have negative effects.
And the other thing is
but-
people that use it, people that abuse it, defend it to death.
My thing is, my biggest thing is right. Like my experience was my experience, right? But I would never tell
somebody don't use it.
I would never tell the boy don't use it or use it or whatever. Like if you want to try it,
Yeah.
see how it respond for you, respond to you or whatever the case may be, and go from there. Like I went, and then people that use it, I ain't gonna create them down. I ain't gonna say like start that day, blah blah. From my experience, like I know I understand the fact that it affects different people in different ways.
As
I
everything
think
does.
people don't know that though. People don't take. I don't think people take into account that like our bodies are different,
Right.
and they respond differently.
They're different
Right.
things.
Yeah.
Do you miss it ever though?
No.
Oh, okay.
On a quick aside, I know
Me,
you
since I've been in Canada, so much video have been thrown at me, right?
You say nah.
Think
Yeah,
it-
it's like no, it's just be like cool and
You
and
drink in
and
Canada?
drink. No,
because you don't really go, or because you're just saying both.
because I ain't a big drinker. But even here, I was.
I know,
a
I'm
big
just curious.
drinker.
A quick aside. I know you're a natural man, for lack of better terms.
What's the other term? What's the other term that you want to use?
You like things that you know how to get met. I don't know what else I want to use, but all right. You say you would not cry down somebody for using weed. You would not stop somebody for using weed. That's what you said, correct?
Right.
I don't think he's a man that would do acid, but we feel. It sounds like an extreme, but I mean what I'm saying. What do you feel about people that would do like harder drugs?
What I feel about them? Or
Yes.
you mean in terms of like?
If you were crazy though.
Be that the man that don't like birth control. We talking about?
That is what I'm asking. Like, I didn't want to bring that up, to be honest. But this is the fella that don't like IUDs. But on the real though, like, what was your thoughts on people that would practice harder drugs?
I mean, like, okay, it's shite. Like you're doing foolishness. I think I see where you're going with this. Like, what's the difference with weed? Are we going with this?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, like, if you would you judge them for using something harder?
Yeah.
Judge them in the sense of,
Like you doing shit.
like you gonna know what for you. You gonna
Yeah.
know what is you doing with yourself.
Again, so when you cry down somebody, cause like
When you say cry down, what you mean? When you say cry down, what you mean?
You can cry down a woman that you got IUD issue. You ain't gonna cuss shit to she face, but you ain't gonna view shit in the same light as a woman that does not have an IUD issue. So a man that does go to music festivals and occasionally take acid and see hallucinations.
He gonna know what he doing. He gonna know for himself.
But the woman knows for
I
sure.
get where you go. I get what you mean, bro. I get.
He gonna know. Like, I mean, this is what you the thing that the thing. Yeah, that's a personal vibe on myself,
You
right?
got a personal vibe for people that use cocaine.
When you say personal vibe, like,
Meaning, like, personally, you think the person that using cocaine worse than the person that's smoking weed.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know
That's what
what
I
it
said.
is, right? But the idea of snorting is so wild to me that I can't.
But that comes
deal
down
with
that comes down to not really culture, but that comes down to stigma and
It's
and
a
the
totally
social
culture, totally
It's a
culture.
culture thing. You
right, and the
totally
social
culture.
and the social outlook on certain things. Weed is as Marcus saying, weed is glorified,
It's up on the pedestal.
right?
It's a plant.
Right. I don't want.
It's a
No,
plant.
but it's a plant.
I know
As
what
if-
you mean.
as
It
if
can't be that
coffee
bad because it's a
But
plant.
like come from a plant, but you gotta put other things to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to stick on this. I want because when we were coming out here, we had a conversation. All of us seem to be going through things like, oh, we in dire straits.
I
all right, so we didn't get back to Romar. Shamika used to be going through anxiety
I
issues.
didn't know you want to start, yeah.
Yeah, we can start there because Shamika ain't out there.
You want to start?
Nah,
You want me in the middle. I tell you, she want me in the middle.
Nah, we just
Nah, Marcus, talk to Mosi, please.
Yeah, talk.
I'm talking to you, B. Talk to Mosi.
You used to be going through things.
Big man all the time, B.
But,
I'm a living, breathing problem, baby.
Talk about you
I can hear Shamika breathing, even though we know the
I don't go too in depth, but talk a bit about you the issue you had last year.
Okay, all right. A little bit of background. I do a non-traditional career.
Right.
I was married at 22.
Right.
I have a child.
You thought that every boy in here does the traditional career.
Every single person.
Yeah.
So we can all identify.
Yeah,
but I'm in a small population.
Right.
With very few opportunities in my job.
Right.
I am not rich.
Right.
I haven't been rich.
Right.
And I got a grandmother that does not understand me at all.
I think that was a good set of grandmothers.
My grandmother just does not know what I do.
That bitch
And
grandmother.
it hurts
But not
me.
necessarily mine.
My grandmother does not.
pretty cool. She from Black Rock.
But stick on that, man. So, but your grandmother not really. When you say that she doesn't understand, is it that also she doesn't really value what you do?
She doesn't understand. She doesn't value it because she just.
She used to these traditional kind of.
Not that, right? Imagine that her music was a Taliban beat that making the money.
Right.
Really, Kobe? Really?
That what other music them had be? Them have people
They
beating
had a
drums.
little spooge or something.
Men beating drums.
But right, so yeah.
So that coupled with the fact that I had a series of losses in my family,
Right.
back to back.
Right.
Everything kind of came to a head last year. So last year I was doing one of my many hustles on the boat, and I suddenly could not feel the left side of my body, and the pressure was to try to get. I don't even know.
And this is like what? Sorry, this is like from you face down to like. Oh, you
right.
face
So my
down to
whole
like.
I could not feel my face. I could not feel like my shoulder down to like my
Like
left
anesthetic.
hip. It was like numb. It was like, and it was like just like a sudden onset of that.
Oh, so what you were doing right before that on the boat?
Well, I was fishing.
And it was just a normal.
It was just a normal thing. I wasn't particularly stressed, or I didn't know it was at the time. And it really was a situation where I could not understand what was happening in water. I had to get back to shore, when I get myself checked out, and like a full battery of tests, big man. Ultrasounds, MRIs, and whatnot, and no one could determine that it was because the obviously when you can't feel it half of your body, the suspicion is like a stroke or some sort of like event like that.
But you young as ass.
But I'm young, so I am not a candidate. I'm not a candidate for that.
27.
I was
No, but he said 22 before.
no. I'll get married at 22.
Right.
Oh.
Right. But you was 27 last year. 26.
I was 27. I was 27.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what you got going on? Like, the conversation went straight to a psych way as opposed to a physical thing. 'Cause everything checked out. I had every test that made sense. And I talked to Meeks about this, but my hair was dropping out. Right? And noticeably, like, in an area, like, where you can actually see them, like, my hair is dropping out. And someone had pointed it out to me. It's like, Mose, your hair, you balding? I'm like, I didn't recognize it at first. And she was like, you balding though. So then I realized that I was actually losing my hair. And I went to the dermatologist. And he sat me down and he said something that hit me like a ton of bricks. He's like, you're gonna die though. And I'm like, what?
But I mean, everybody gonna
Eventually, but
Yeah. But he was like, what you're actually doing is that you're killing yourself. And I've seen it.
Huh? You alright, B?
I need a hug, big man.
Yeah, so
Thanks, man. Appreciate that, cool.
That told me that was not hard.
My time for it back.
Nah, to be honest, it's sick as
I felt
fuck,
that
so
though.
I can't really embrace it, man.
But
No,
yeah,
but he was like, you on track to dying.
Check this thing.
It hit me.
Yeah, but
It was
they
like that
can't
tough
come
love
out with
episode
the
that you have with your dad.
Yeah.
For me, it was a person that I know but not really know that had enough of a distance from the situation
to say,
to say that
yeah.
objectively, right? And I just break no. And I went to him for one problem. He could not make a clinical determination that I was going through what all men go through when losing their hair or whatever. He was like, you are stressed. You are stressed out. And anyway, I had another episode. It landed me in A&E where I had to be there. And
So it was the same like stroke feeling.
it was the same. It's the same.
I
stroke.
actually didn't know it was two separate things.
It was
though.
two separate
This
things,
is
bro.
news to
Yeah, I
me.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't tell him man that.
He's a dirty man, boy.
I
Yeah,
dirty.
he might hold me back.
I dirty. The men just be judgmental and thing. We gotta fix that though.
Yeah,
But I was gonna get to that point too.
But
right?
I feel like I can honestly say that I feel like the man at a stage in 2019, the way they chat is be like the man's so supportive though.
Yeah, the men get there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shannon, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like Sean
Sean
and
Love
whole
vibe.
group together.
But I was no gonna get to that. I was no gonna like at that point like that's one of the biggest things about humans that I realize we got fix, right? We just judge people too quick.
Don't.
Too quick, right? So like
you'll see body on sun.
right. I mean it's human nature, but I mean you should not judge somebody. You don't got a clue
You know
what that
also
person
the thing is wrong.
you don't got a clue what that person been through
True,
to,
yeah.
To get to this stage,
be
right?
who they are today.
But also,
that shit has eat me on
Yeah,
it.
it does.
Drive me mad.
You ever told someone something, and like in retrospect, you was like, well, I didn't necessarily mean that. I meant it's XYZ. You cannot take back what you ever told.
No, that won't stop out. Won't stop
Me,
out.
that's drive me crazy.
I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I said something, and I included a trigger word of hers. It was pretty much describing her. I called the girl, but she star sign B, and the girl broke down. And I was like,
That was triggering for her.
because like she kind of stubborn, but she's tried.
Oh,
She
use
tries her
that.
utmost best to be empathetic, right?
Yeah.
I can say that for sure. That she's tried her utmost best to be the best person she could be. But I said the word, and the girl brought it on, and it was like, Jesus Christ, I'm the worst person.
Yeah,
In
you felt
retrospect, B, you just want to have bad things. But I just said like it's hard not to.
It's pissed
When
me
you
off.
start saying
B.
like Capricorn or Virgo, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And she broke no.
Dog. Imagine every time we do something selfish, people look at you and was like, you're a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're such a Gemini, such a waste. Like people say that about star signs, and as someone, you ain't even studying that, you studying that, but as someone, cause you don't take horoscope seriously, but people call him emotional all the time.
But
as
that-
emotional
that-
bitch. But when people call me Cancer, it's like, as emotional bitch, sure no.
But that's the next thing about it too, right? Is be a battle, right? Because at the same time, everybody different, right? And in terms of like making a judgment and not understanding what the person being through, right? As me in my head, like, all right, you don't respond like this, or you responding like this. You judging me because you don't understand what been through. Because as a person that would take my time and say, all right, this is where you are, the way you are, right? That's me. I just understand that. Everybody don't do that there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody don't take the time to do that. So I just be like, all right, I can't be vexed about it. But at the same time, it's pissed me off, B.
But because people are a product of their environment. We would love to be a product of our heart, but that is not logical. Too much things affect us externally that we cannot just
Can't
deal.
shake it.
Yeah, we
Not
can't
only
do.
that, you know. I think people fail to understand that people's process information different. I do that.
Yeah, anybody could walk in here now and say something, and we each will hear 5 different
Yeah,
statements.
but you don't be studying that as a person. You don't be studying that like somebody
it's
can
so-
process it.
But that's my point.
When Mosi
Yeah.
said with Alicia, when you mentioned she's cut cheese wrong, and all the men like, you have cut cheese wrong, girl. No, you laughing, but it's because that's the vibe that she's on.
It's saying different.
No, it's not. I was always gonna say the girl. Sorry. And that moment, all of it was like thinking from how we raised the product of our environments, the product of what we think is right. She raised cutting cheese, funny broadside. It wrong.
I get
but
beat for that, by the way, man. Let me not talk about
Yeah. So that I actually.
But yeah,
I didn't
was-
know you get hate for that way.
I caught those hands.
But you might get my point though. Like,
but yeah.
We love Lisa though, by the way. We
Yeah.
to the death of us. We love it.
But
Taking care of my boy, B.
you know, like
Sorry.
no, we can get what we can get.
yeah, about the more story.
Yeah, we can get what the margin story.
No, you cannot say that. You cannot say that, B.
But we gotta get about this.
Right, we can get about it more.
You went to A&E. You went to A&E.
Yeah, I
A&E.
mean-
The second time you went A&E.
I went to A&E and because I had presented again like a full stroke vibe. But
Just
also
like-
I was getting like these strange like firings. So like I call them firings, but like
You talking about your
Like-
emotions?
bolts of pain.
Oh.
Oh, so like pulsating? No?
Yeah, but
Where-
but,
where
like,
are you saying
like,
left hand
I-
side?
like, no. So it's like all over my body. So
Nah,
that's why
nah,
I would
nah,
feel something
right
like in my foot. I remember I was working at a particular managing a band at a particular establishment, and I was feeling like this burning sensation in my foot. I had absolutely no reason to feel that sensation, right? There was no like logical reason for my pain, but yeah, I was feeling it and it was immense. You know what I mean? And like tingling like strange parts of my body, and I thought I was going off wrong. Like it was like this is. I had a moment like, nah, boy, I lost my mind. This is it, because doctors say, big man, we can't say it's a stroke. You then present any scans and whatnot after spending thousands of dollars to get that information. So the last thing was like, I'm mad. Like I am going off, right? So the same doctor that told me that I'm going to, he's like, big man, you are stressed. You are stressed out.
You seen dermatologist, fella?
The same dermatologist fella. He was like, you are stressed out. I'm going to tell you something about yourself. Your man told me something about myself.
That's all I saying. That's all I experienced. Like you said it from experience.
How he's
That's
telling
creepy, B. To be
He's
real,
like,
that's
you're
kind of like
stressed out.
kind of creepy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
you are stressed out and you need to get a hold of it. And he asked me when last I took a vacation, and I said, he asked me what I do for a living. I told him what I do for a living. He's like, you self-employed? I said, yes. When last have you taken a vacation? When last have you seen some person to discuss or just talk with somebody about your issues or whatever? I was like, I've never taken a vacation in my entire career. And he was like, that's a problem.
Who do you talk to? Like who do you confide in? You have anybody?
And you see, that's the thing too, because as a married man, people have the illusions that, oh, you got your wife there to talk to.
Yeah.
But what if
Yeah.
your wife is the problem? Not saying she is.
My man.
I know
Talk.
This is the joke part. This part is, what if your wife is the problem? You have nobody. It's the most isolating thing ever.
I'm not saying
because
that
people
she's
say you're not
fighting you.
supposed to talk out your issues. And again, I'm not saying this was my problem.
Exactly.
If you have issues with your wife, you're not supposed to talk to anybody, because it becomes a family. You gotta protect your family, you gotta protect your image, you gotta protect it, and there's a lot of bullshit that you gotta deal with too, with the whole labeling of a marriage. There's a whole other world that you gotta deal with. You gotta contend with that. So it could be incredibly isolating and a lonely place, because you can't speak to your wife effectively about what you're going through, and then there's ego things stopping you from speaking to that person. That's supposed to be your closest person.
Let me tell you something. There is a lot of value in having somebody in your life that ain't even really in your life. Meaning, like there's value in having somebody in your life that is far removed from everything to do with you.
Right.
There, like for
You said
example,
there's value in.
yeah, there's value in it. So there's this person, right? Carrie Hall, right? That I don't talk to her as much as I used to, but there was a time that I just chose her as the person that I was going to go to tell her
burden.
everything that I was dealing with.
Yeah,
and even in the same emotions that I wanted to tell the person that was the cause of the situation, right?
Help me.
And she honestly, that helped me more than anything. They even had a time where I was talking to her and I said, Carrie, I even want you to tell me you're doing shit. I know I'm doing. I just want you to hear me out.
Yeah.
I just when I was done like a 5-minute soliloquy, that's being vexed. She was just like,
I go vagina monologue.
you know what I mean? It came from the crutch. But I was just like, I was just like, Carrie, I even want you to say nine. Tomorrow, I'm gonna probably say the same thing again, but you be here. She said yes, and that was it. And that was it. I haven't.
And you feel like
you feel like a weight off your shoulders.
You feel off a head, dog. You feel off a head.
Yeah.
You need a goal, girl.
Yeah.
A pal and a confidant.
But not Shamika, that is what it is.
I know
that is it 1,000% though.
That is niche for me.
Thank you for being.
That's your person.
That's your person.
But my issue now though, my main issue now is I don't think I got some boy like that now. They got people in my life that I really care about, and I think they will want to help me. But I have a feeling as though their perception of me would change if they had to hear my issues.
So
that's a fresh issue. That's a fresh issue now.
Fresh thing.
That's a fresh issue.
You finish your story?
I can just pin it up and done.
Yeah.
You sure?
No. Yeah. I can just pin it and done.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, but all of it culminated in me traveling to Canada last October. That was healing for me.
Was that a vacation?
It really was.
I heard you asked me here, no?
No, my
hiking.
I know. But my personality type is that I cannot work. So if I work, they gotta hide that shit good. It's like taking medicine.
So it's more when your vacation is just you working differently.
Yeah, it was changing.
Okay.
Changing environment.
Changing environment.
Yeah.
I can work.
A change in environment, you listen, that could do wonders for you. That could do
Listen.
Sometimes you just get locked in the routine.
Listen.
Even just the mere fact, just the visual stimuli of seeing the same things every day.
Yeah.
So you just need to get all them triggers away from you and just do something.
I can't
work in a different way.
You see, say down here, right now, I'm being in Barbados. I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this.
Yeah.
Dog, I can't explain how much what Marcus just said about Carrie. No.
That is very big, man.
It was probably last week Friday that I messaged somebody that it was so random, and I just held emotions in that direction, dog.
I still pin it.
Tommy.
Right?
So I want you to finish your story. I just want you to finish it.
But it was a blend of seeing something familiar and seeing something foreign and being open up to things. I realized some things about myself on that Canada trip that needed to change. I was able to deal with it. I was somewhat removed from my immediate situation, and that helped the environment change. But also the fact that seeing this man over there, you know,
Doing your thing.
I never told him, but it's like healing. I was saying something. I'm proud of you. I will message you personally. I'm proud of you. Because I realized part of my problem being in the exact field as him was I needed to see somebody winning.
Yes.
And that was part of my issue.
And it reminded you of why you started in first place.
Why I started in the first place. It was like a rebirth.
Yes, right.
Right?
Sweet,
I remember like the first a time that it really hit me that this is probably what I need. A change in paradigm, a change of perspective. That trip to Niagara.
Right, yeah.
The whole thing was mess and the plan of it.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's another story.
Woo.
But the ride.
Yeah, I get you.
The ride and the feeling of I ain't gonna hold on to whatever holding on to in Barbados. I just stuck in this moment of just traveling with people I know and people that I know now because of being part of this here and now.
I totally get you. I totally get you.
When it came back to Barbados, the whole thing switched. I can't say I'm 100% like I still go through my things, but I did not get the same attack that I did like prior.
You were I don't want to say healed because that's not the word.
No, I healed me.
Is it?
I'm not healed. No.
Oh, you said not healed.
Man. They're not healing.
But you were given medication. Spiritual medication.
Medication.
Right. Yeah.
Is it? You said that you ain't healed. Do you think that any of us would ever be healed?
That's the thing, boy.
I want to find somebody that actually made it out to the other side of the tunnel.
You have a little
that body pushing up daisies, big.
But you have a little back to when you thought you was going through shit.
You mean like teenagers?
For me, is year before, but yeah. But for me, it's year before.
I didn't look back at teenage years because, like, as a teenager, I feel like it's been going through so much things. But when you hit adulthood,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
That
when
shit hit you in the
everything.
chest.
Yeah, that's hitting
Man,
so
that
hard.
well, that wasn't it for me. But yeah, I get you.
Really?
B.
Yeah,
B.
when they compare,
Say what you saying.
when they compare my scenario, my situation, no, like, I am grateful for the fact I'm able to do what I feel to, and pay rent and pay bills and save money. But when they compare that to year before when I was living with all my parents' home, like what the France was like complaining about, like what was.
That's kind of similar to the teenage thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right, that was it's very similar.
Bills right now,
but
so
but it's like just the simplest of things be like,
yeah,
and I can't believe that is something I used to take for granted.
yeah, I get you.
I'm aware. I was grateful for it when it was there, but it's still like I wish you could hold on it a little longer or something. So
That's like school. People say to hold on to your school. Yeah, school.
And
life
you didn't know why they were saying so until you left.
Until we found out.
Yeah, boy.
But that's where it is right now. Where you was 2 years ago is where I am now. My main issue is the whole overthinking thing.
Yeah.
I just think about three things. I think about the past, the present, the future.
You feel that you can't control.
The future I can't control, and the future I don't know that what I want for myself.
Can
I don't know.
I ask you your future? Do you also think about the things that you've missed out on? That what could have been?
What could have
Yeah.
been.
That's true,
I always think about that comes
That
back.
kind of like the past.
That comes back to the past now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Cause
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, kind of.
it's like,
So I
it's like,
just
yeah.
think about.
Another timeline.
I just think about, like, for example, I did my degree in psychology, and I never used it, but I
use it
did.
every day.
I use it every day. I use it every day, but I never like pursued it as a career or whatever. So it was something where I could minor in psychology and did something else. Then I think about the fact that, like, I always think the reason why I ask you all these questions about going away, right, is I know if it's sign that artists always wonder in Barbados. But all artists that live here, I just wonder if there's always a part of them that say, where would I be if I decided to leave Barbados 5 years ago as opposed to stay here?
Right.
But I just feel that every day. I just be
For sure.
like,
For me-
what if my main issue that I get depressed about is what if.
Yeah.
I just be like, what
Right.
if? Like, I'm in a place right now where it's strange that I right now I'm not working towards stability, but I working towards legacy. Legacy meaning that we don't really get that much views on the podcast now, but the fact that the I Know podcast is on YouTube forever, that if I die today,
You
at
did
least
something.
I would have given content to the world.
Yeah.
However they receive it, well then that's up to them. But I would have given content to the world in terms of research and some sense. I would have done that and stuff. Now, is it sustainable? It's not sustainable financially. Well, we don't get paid for the podcast. I get paid for research and some sense. But in terms of like, no, I think in like 10 years down the line,
Yeah.
is it sustainable?
I
Will it manifest?
Yeah.
The thing about being a creative,
Yeah,
right, is
yeah.
this. Non-creatives don't understand when you're not in a
Wait,
creative
only man
field.
crying going against my husband.
When you're not,
It can be alright, Marcus.
But I
man.
get where he coming
Look,
from.
right.
I thought
when you're not in a
this podcast breaking me.
Here's the thing about being in a non-creative field, right? There is a path set out for you to go on. The path that you go on is difficult, as everything in life is. It's very difficult for you to go on. But there is a path. There is a visible path where there are people that went on that path, and you can get there. So, for example, if you're working in a bank, if you want to do better in the bank, if there's an opening, there's a possibility you can progress.
Yeah, it's very
If-
simple to be honest. You apply.
If you
get her, you don't.
yeah, or even if you have to improve your qualifications,
Yeah.
there are ways to better yourself in order to get to the top.
Yeah,
roadmap.
Yep.
In terms of
It is a map.
everybody in here,
Back us.
no,
No, the man just saying good things.
and in terms of everybody in here, and in terms of being a creative,
Yeah.
first of all, before you go on the path,
You got there eventually.
in order to go on the path to get to where you want to be, first it is hard to figure out where that path would take you, and
Or
two,
what the path is.
the next.
Stop preaching,
The
man.
Why are you preaching?
The next thing too is you have to put down all of the bricks on that path first. And
You have to make those bricks.
And you have to make those bricks. Then you don't even know if those bricks can hold
If you
you
got
up.
enough breaks,
Oh,
it might
You
be
have
enough,
enough
though.
breaks
You
to
have
get
no
somewhere.
idea.
You don't know any of that stuff.
Being
So exactly. So
It is.
so not only do you gotta think as a creative
is.
and doing things
It
about,
is.
not only do you gotta think about the end game. First of all, what the end game is. 2 is what you're doing enough to get to an end game. And then 3, just in general, getting from place to place, can it sustain you?
Can
all
you
them
live
things,
doing
can you
this
live
thing?
doing it?
I think
Jesus,
this is go
peace.
back to the whole anxiety thing because like as a creative person, you could do so many things that it's really hard to choose which path you should go down.
Yeah.
And
Like-
that's like where most of the anxiety has come from. It's like, do I do this? Do I do that?
That's-
I want to bring us something between
much
me and
choice,
Shamika.
dilemma.
Like some be the man against you know, and I know she know always do it. Me and Shamika will sit down and we will have a conversation and bring some of the most amazing
Ideas. So much
The man
ideas.
sitting on some of the biggest things. We could
Brilliant.
easily transform our lives. But you see playing that first block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see playing that first break. It's the fact that
Executing.
Yeah.
it's the fact that I had to tell Shamika, all right, we got to decide. Do we want to do what we want to do or do what we know can make money? Because
Yeah.
it's 2 different things. There is 2 different pathways.
Yeah.
And if I go down this road, I may not necessarily make it down that road.
The sad part about that is that it doesn't have to be. But but you are one of the unfortunate few, as with everybody in here, where what you want and what you need are going 2 different directions.
Yeah.
There are some people, and I don't understand. One don't understand how blessed you are that it just so happens that what you're interested in makes money.
They do
for
not.
example, when I listen to Shannon, and
Carrington,
Shannon,
right?
yeah, Dr. Carrington, by
Dog.
the way, Barrett Medical Clinic. Anyway, but yeah, when she's talking about being a doctor, and she just thought when she, from a very young age she wanted to be a doctor. And it's like, that is
You
something.
didn't say
You understand, if you was a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, that is a very difficult path to be on, but it is a path that is there that many people have taken. In terms of somebody that wants to be a singer or musician or whatever,
Good Lord.
You can imagine being Beijing and you want to sing jazz.
it is difficult.
I can imagine
Being
I should have said myself. Pardon?
and being an artist, like from young you just hear, oh, art don't make money, art don't do this.
You understand like how long it took me to realize I was interested in media? But I didn't even know that was a possibility.
I didn't know either.
I was cried down. I was told, this is nothing. Turn off
you're
that
gonna make
TV.
money from
Don't
that.
read that book. I would big on my father. But I will never forget
Yeah,
when my
you
father
better not
took
big on your
father.
when my father took my Harry Potter and the President's Azkaban, I ripped it because I was reading it.
that's triggering.
Yeah,
B,
that's
and
rough.
and
That's
for
rough, B.
for
That is rough.
for because I used to read these books. 'Cause I cannot imagine you could create a world. You can imagine that. You can imagine that you can sit down and you can write a whole another world. Like we here, but there's something else going on over there. I cannot fathom that. So I'm reading. I read this over.
You get paid for it.
I will read this
That's
thing
a
over
whole
and over
other
again.
wild thing.
I will have these ideas. There are things I live with today that I could add to J.K. Rowling about how voodoo magic would play into the Hogwarts universe, and it's something like I could bring African roles into it because that's a traditional African form of magic, and I could bring everything in it. But my father, because itself, real talk, I appreciate my father a lot. At a young age, I was probably 14. Ripped that book in front of my face. I
Man, strong.
ain't getting back. Dog, my father was a paper back. Harry Potter, Prince of Azkaban, what plaques? And that was like, what the rasp is.
Why you really gotta stick that back together?
My mom said that the day after, 'cause I cried bad. Like,
You have a meal? You haven't put your hands for you? You haven't put your hands for you? You
Not 10 times.
Oh,
My mother told me day after, I just said that back together, right? But the fact it was torn.
It was
Back,
already.
dog, I was not aware that what I was doing was creativity. I was not aware that's what I had no idea that this imagination was a thing.
Same.
And that bottled that up for so long. I had no idea that I'm intelligent. I'm rather smart.
You had to think what up?
I didn't want to sound cocky.
Okay.
So I would go to school and I would breeze through a subject and get ones. It wasn't necessarily difficult or whatever. So I get in these certain subjects, I can pursue it. But I didn't want to do that. I want to do that thing I was doing, but that no hold me back for so much years, dog.
I want.
And then to find out, they got money in this thing?
Yeah,
You know to be scarred in
You
a
don't
major way,
realize
though.
that till late, you know.
Dog,
Yeah, but wait, hold on.
you want,
Like, my story, now add sprinkle a little bit of your parent, one of your parents dying, right? Just speaking to the whole legacy thing, Right? But anyway, let me just rewind a little bit. I remember I had told my mother that, like, okay, I want to do music and whatnot. Funny enough, it was her idea to even, like, set up the studio and whatnot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It really was.
Nice.
Roman, no. But she was like, you like this or whatever, do it. My mother had no idea that this is what I wanted to do for my career. She was like, so, but you can be a doctor though. It's so funny. I remember
married one.
But she was like, you cannot, you can't seriously want to do this.
She just saw it as a little hobby, or
she thought it was a hobby thing and whatnot, and
support is so important. Right?
I know that I know that she died worrying about me, and that's that eat me out.
I want you again.
So that adds to my anxiety.
Okay, true.
Right? Like my mom, like.
But Mos, I want you to start talking for a minute. Mosi, you doing real good, you know.
I try and bake.
Nah, you're doing real good. I want you to know you're doing real good.
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
and that's
bro.
not a joke. You're doing very good.
Like when I think about what my mother, like my mother was dying, like. When my mother was dying, right? Mm-hmm. I spent the 5 weeks, her last 5 weeks in the hospital with her. Y'all know this. Mm-hmm. And she, when I think about her looking at me, like when I was sleeping, like in between, like, right. And I think about how my mother would have worried about me. It's something that's playing my mind over and over and over and over and over again. But I can't ignore the tug of being a creative. Mm-hmm. It's who I am.
Yeah, that's what
so it's a war.
Yeah, it's a war.
And a close death of a person who I knew loved me. If it's anybody, I'm not sure if anybody else loved but my mom. Right?
I get you.
So I'm like, this person had my best interest at heart. And she didn't want this for me. What am I doing in my life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, they're going to marry somebody who is in a traditional job, right? I got to deal with her family and their impression of me.
Because you're supposed to be a breadwinner too.
I'm supposed to be a breadwinner. All this different shit that we put on men, which is another issue too. Right? And then they're going to get a child. So now I got to support the child.
And the wife.
And everybody's ego.
Is it pressure though? All this
that,
pressure.
I suffer.
Of course, Shamika, it weighing down, and then you just want to do so little.
But things
and I think as a
Mm-hmm.
creative too, we just put a lot more pressure on ourselves than we need to. Like we set our standards at a certain point, so we judge ourselves harder than anybody else.
You mean as in how long it's taking to put out a product because you think it imperfect?
Second guessing.
Yep.
All that.
Yep.
How do you ease off that pressure though, of just all of that expectations?
I had. All right. I still got the pressure.
It's still there, right?
Pressure is still there, but I had to find myself.
Right. You go like, I don't know if I can help you a bit, but for me, you gotta like find yourself, and as most saying, like find yourself and just make a decision. Like I at the point where I tired trying to figure out shit. Like not in terms of creative, no. Or I on the path for audio, I on the path for producer, etc. Right? That's what I doing, right? That's what I know I want to do. But in the light of relationships and things, right? I was trying to like figure out where it is that I still single. Why can't I talk? Why am I still single? Right? And I come to a point where I just like, I want to like, if this is what we want, this is what we want. Like you gotta come to that point and just make a decision. So you gotta stop second guessing. You gotta stop saying what if. As a man, earlier when we was talking about, you just look at three different parts, right?
Still trying to figure out.
As a man that's holding on to the past. As a man that's missed Romar from whenever, right? I used to hold on to my past so much, and it go, let go. So you gotta come to that point. That's how you can get rid of pressure.
Yeah.
Let go, decide. I know it's not easy to decide, but let go, decide what it is you want to do, and do it. That's how you get rid of pressure. That's how I believe that is get rid of pressure. That's the point I reach.
That is the truth. And you know what? For me, it was the same that for my mother. I ended up using that event as in she lived your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody And this was around 2012 or what? My mom died in 2011, by 2012, and the man had to come and physically hunt me down. I remember Kurt saying to this, like, it's ringing in my ear all the time. Big man, we came here expecting to smell a dead body. Because that was me.
The dead body being you.
The dead body being me.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, we did not expect to see this. When men kidnapped me that night, right? But I was dealing with myself.
Putting yourself, exactly.
That's like a big issue, you know, funny as hell.
I knowing who you is that you want to be, ways you want, ways you want.
And I told myself, like, I know how the man can take this or whatever. But as much as I love my family, everybody knows I love my family. I'm a family man. I've always been a family man. I always will be a family man. But you see, my art, you can't take that from me.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie, this is more difficult.
If you take my art from me, my family will crumble.
This deep view.
You know that is the main reason why I have been watching you closely since you were like 16 B, so that's more than 10 years.
All the homo.
Because I see you all the homo. Because I still don't know how you do it, but you are a beacon of hope for me. Because of the fact that I don't know how as you can be a creative, an entrepreneur, and on that side of things have or to me, it seems like all your T's are crossed and I's dotted, right? And on the flip side of that, still give you enough of yourself to have a wife and a daughter. That is my standard. That is my benchmark.
You wanna know something? Big Mosi gave me a tone lashing once. It wasn't even really a tone lashing because it came from him. But you remember when they filmed the podcast and how that killed anything? You know, like I tell myself what I gotta do with this video from now on. Because of the way am I not doing it, I might as well do more. And it's just because Moses is so big.
But that's the thing too. That's the next thing.
I was lucky.
I told last was a good thing. I ain't finished it. Sorry, Rom. But me, I just see Moses message in the chat certain things that going on in his career that I am not personally ready for. I have a personal goal that I kind of close to achieving, and I'm proud of that. Right. But when the real Moses be doing right, it's be like, yo.
But that's
a standard.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. Stepping off of what we were saying earlier, we being our biggest critics, right? Yeah. Perspective is serious.
And they hear that he think different.
Right. Perspective is serious.
Most insecure person.
We outside looking up, looking to Mosi and looking up at Mosi and telling myself, we be telling myself, Mosi, you know what I mean? But he living it. You living what's going on with you. That come back to me talking about judging, right? But perspective is serious. Something you gotta step out your own box and see.
You gotta view yourself.
Certain things.
View yourself as a third party.
You know what I mean?
That's what
I like initially too. Like that's where the one met the point. Being in control of your mind. We gotta find I ain't know what it is. I ain't get there yet, but
we on the path.
I want to know any boy could tell and say alright, what is it gotta do to control your mind? That's the biggest thing with anxiety, with just everything, panic, everything. How it is that he's getting control of your mind.
Here's one thing, right? Sometimes with anxiety, we use. So anxiety, because sometimes anxiety is happening when you're too self-conscious. Now, being self-conscious is good, and being self-aware is good, right? But sometimes you be thinking, and then sometimes you be thinking about the fact that you're thinking. So sometimes you be panicking, and then that makes you panic because you're panicking, and then it starts a negative feedback loop. So what that makes you focus internally. So what a good thing to do when you're anxious is to focus on something external. Right? I
want to cut off because I don't know you about externally.
As in focus on something. So focus on something. That's when you are focusing internally, right? Focus on something in your environment. Whether it's like
clean my house, what are you saying?
Not necessarily clean your house, but I'm saying even if you stare at something, so this is something for public speaking, right? When you're public speaking, it's not good to be too self-aware because eventually you think about if you're breathing, if you're reading something, you start
breathing or breathing.
Breathing. Or if you're
giving a speech and start pregnant.
If you're reading something and you stumble on a word, then you think about you stumble on a word, and then you start stumbling on another word. Right. So instead of that, just focus on. If you look up at the crowd, look up at somebody, look at the environment that you're in. focus on actually something that is out there and focus on that thing, and then it's a kind of a way of meditation.
That is public
Right?
speaking. So how you apply
But
that?
or even if you out in public and you having a panic attack, like and you see a bus pass or something, just watch the traffic sign like that.
Yeah, but
to
sometimes
take that
Marcus, I can't do that.
Sometimes
I can't do that.
people in the bus can see me.
Be like that.
Doesn't
I can't do that. Cause I don't. I'm thinking, oh, all these people looking at me.
Yeah,
I look like a
people
jackass.
But,
I'm just shaking.
but that's a bad
You're
example then.
You're pacing in public.
Right.
I was pissed in here.
That no, I don't mean that. I don't mean here. Use my friend. You're pacing in public.
Yeah,
I have paced in public and got in a van and people laugh at me for pacing. B.
Coffee, you
In
are
my face, though.
You are my friend, but here, with anxiety, sometimes I don't think that way. I'd be like, I pacing and y'all can see.
B.
Even though y'all are my friends.
B. I
It's
don't.
not
That way,
matter.
say Marcus. You saying thing about external, but it's not that easy because I'm going to be aware. Not aware. I'm going to assume people are.
Well, they're
thinking
not
of me.
people then. They
Yeah.
look at something that is an
You saying that so simple and.
Yeah.
it's not
Sure.
simple. It's not easy,
I get
but
what
it's
you're
a
saying,
solution though.
Nah, I feel
Because
like with
because
anxiety,
one the
you
main
always feel that people judging you.
And nobody don't give a
people
fuck,
think-
you know.
Yeah, people don't care, but you still think that people judging you
But-
and looking at you harshly.
but for what I heard from or when you have a panic attack, that is usually because of the fact that you're too self-conscious.
So I could remember to tell you how I cope, cause I since I moved up, I've been going through it a lot. I was gonna say a bit, but as I said like earlier, cause I want to remember to say, I just know I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of something negative, and it's causing me worry, and this worry is causing me anxiety. I just have no idea what I'm thinking of, which don't make any sense. But I just feel it. I just feel I'm thinking about something. If I could only get point in a direction of what I'm thinking of, right? And I might talk to a friend, big as a Shannon, big as a Crystal. I talk to the two of them often about. I would just like, big as a Shanique too. I just put words in their direction. They may even necessarily know what I'm talking about, but I just need to talk. And like them gonna reply, and their replies is be so removed from me that they say something that I didn't realize was
but
going on.
objective
I didn't know that was the
opinion,
vibe, B. And I just remember that vibe, and I just take it and. To be real, I just drag it in my mind until it ain't worth nothing anymore. B. I drag it, wear off, dying day anymore. B. It's be nothing.
I get you. One of the solutions that I believe many people try, right? I do it myself too. I live it, right? You see the whole idea that you can tell yourself, alright, you don't give a fuck about nothing?
Oh my god.
It don't work.
Yeah, it does not
It
work.
does
not
not
healthy.
work. It does
You wanna
not
know
work.
something? You wanna know who thinks like that? The same people you was talking about, B.
Who's that?
The same people that were blessed enough to be put on a path they enjoy.
Yeah.
They say things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how blessed they are.
Yeah.
They just be saying things like, "Oh, you're worrying about that," and I'm like, "How are you not?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So
But-
privileged in
Yeah,
their thinking."
that's the thing. I've tried it.
Live in one of those.
Yes,
Put that on for size.
No, I
Try
know
that on for
what you're
size.
doing with that.
Like man, we are polar opposites. You know, but I benefit from an objective opinion.
Yeah.
yeah, which is
Right.
What time
important.
we at?
Yeah.
I know.
Man
but man talking. But what
Yeah.
you were saying just now about.
It's like, you mean about not caring?
Yeah.
Right, I'm pretty sure that many people have tried
Yep.
that avenue, right?
Yep.
I've done it. I've tried the whole idea of. You know, oh, I ain't care. Like, I ain't gonna care about nothing. What again?
Talk, no.
I tried the whole idea of what going on, like, talking
Like, you
shit.
don't care.
I ain't care about nothing, like, you know, and that is just that kettle effect,
Yeah.
you know?
You keep it boiled.
It boiling,
Yeah.
and then
you
when
do
it
care.
steam,
You do care.
When
I
it's
think
steam-
we need to stop telling ourselves we
Right.
don't care, but tell ourselves more we can't do anything about it.
okay, that's
Which is
another
completely
level.
Completely different
that's so
things.
different.
Yeah, but
Completely
that,
different
but
things.
funny enough, that is heightened my anxiety.
That's killing me.
But
It
no,
does.
I understand what you're saying, Shamika, but the thing is, we can't do something about it. No matter
But
how
what
small.
if we can't?
You
What
can't
if
do
we
something
can't?
about
'Cause,
it.
like, recently,
Even if it's how you deal with it, it is something you do about it.
But
You
there are
turn
some
around.
things that you can't do anything
I can't
about.
fathom a scenario you can
If you
bring to me
can't
now.
control it.
There are things you cannot control, but you can control how you deal with it.
Right.
As I just said,
I can level that. Like, you can got an impulse response or something, right?
Yeah.
But it's what you do after.
But that's different to I don't care.
it completely
You
different.
do
That's what I'm
care.
saying. But don't say that you can't do anything about it. Say I'm going to find a way to deal with this differently than I currently am. Because as I said, when you become aware of the problem, is when you come a step closer to the
No,
solution.
but when I say that you can't do anything about it, you can't do anything to change the situation.
Oh, right, correct.
You have to live with it.
Yep.
So find how to live with it. Like if I find out my nose, all right. My sister told me saying years ago, and I used to say all the time, I have more nose than nostril. I don't mind the science, but if you look at my nose, you'll see what I mean. And they're just saying that I can't get a nose job. I'm a man.
Yeah, but that's different.
But-
Because like I
Sorry,
find
MJ.
the Japanese is so shogunite,
Mm-hmm.
and I find like I start living myself a little better with our concept, which is like the same thing that we were speaking about. Nothing can be done. What can I do?
Right.
Mm.
It's
I
totally
hear
different
that.
saying I don't care because you do care.
You know what 000 mean?
That's like
Is it
a matrix
onomatopoeia?
sort of
Is it
like.
onomatopoeia for dragon? Is a Japanese onomatopoeia? It tells you the same thing I was saying. When you think of a problem, you just think about it until it drag away to nothing.
That doesn't work.
My problems don't drag greater than me.
Yeah.
Talking junk.
Almost be there, be like, hey.
It's true.
Talking
My
junk.
problems like get amplified when I think about them.
No, I just think, and it gets worse. I'm not saying it gets better immediately. It gets worse. But I know if I just study it, I can cope.
Go through all the
I can,
logical.
I can
go through all
find
different
I can
avenues.
find a way to cope.
Just like
I can
happen, you
cope.
know you can do it.
Exactly.
And that's, I can understand that.
I
That's
just find a way to
common.
cope, and it's cope. And eventually, it don't be a problem per se.
It don't be zero though.
Amazing
It's
thing.
not. But you see, remember what you just said? You find Not that it don't matter. Not that Dr. Always just said.
First, big
No,
man.
it
Not that you
don't.
don't care, but
Right.
that's
Exactly.
what you can do.
Exactly.
And you
You
know
find
it
a
works.
way to deal with it.
Right.
That's what I'm
One
saying. It's the
circle.
same thing, Shamika.
For me, I think I still going through it. Like I still got the pressure, like you were saying, Mosi, and I actually have no idea what to do. Honestly, when I figure out, I will let the man know immediately. But
You know
like,
what's the most hurtful thing about this? And I think bigger DJ Random. I can just show everybody that I talk to. This man just messaged me and be like, he see all these things I be doing, and he can't figure out how he's getting time and how he's do all these things, and they just be like, big man, are you a rascal?
Like my arms.
Like I
What are
bought
you
the place
talking
being
about?
shady. Like, what are you really telling me? But this is my older than me that just look up to me. There are so many people, Marcus, that just watch this podcast and just see you as a beacon. That
Yeah.
they watch this now. Yeah, they watch this now and they kind of like, what this man talking about?
That's
Yeah, it's true.
You do that to
It's
me
true.
too.
I just want to be
It's true.
honestly.
Use
Perspective.
How Mosi is a
Perspective.
standard. Honestly, if
Yeah,
Mosi does
exactly.
not tell me about these things, I would not know that Mosi would
Perspective.
the same things
Yeah.
as me.
I think
That's the
I
thing.
think that's the key.
It's
I think that's the
conversation.
key.
Perspective.
I
You
think-
looking,
hold
seeing,
on.
realizing.
Shut
Yo,
up.
It's funny though.
Perspective. I get you.
I think
Perspiration, aspiration.
I think the key is when you're going through all the things that just make you feel bad. Think about all the ways that people just look up to you. I think it's and that's the sign that I have done.
I don't like people looking at me, to be quite honest.
People do.
I don't know. I say that they
You
don't.
say okay.
But I don't feel like they do.
I'm telling you they do though.
Mosi probably didn't know that I look at the heat.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know even. I don't know why.
Because you are a standard.
Hey, Mosi,
like,
you
for like,
stupid. I hate you, man.
for like every from like common American.
I'm not a
you are
hater. I'm not a
standard.
hater, but until you get to your level, I hate you.
Big man.
But,
Me too.
but what he was saying was just that. Okay, think about the ways that you inspire
big
people.
word.
Like and it even gotta be like on a holistic perspective. Like the way that Romar it did inspire me was exactly what you said earlier about. You just gotta just forget everything else and take the risk and find yourself and do it.
Yeah.
I know that you were just saying that like in between points of it. That for
That
me
is
is
so
the
deep.
crux of why I feel the way I feel. I have never had enough faith in myself to say I can do this. Everything else, forget that.
That's
Right?
true.
And I think you gotta think. Whenever you think
That
about,
is really.
whenever you get anxious and think, I think you gotta think about that. B. I think you gotta think about the way that ways that you
Because
inspire
because for
people.
me that's what was.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know how Canada changed me. And it was basically seeing him even being at your place and saying like, yo,
Yeah.
actually it started from the group. Shauna has like,
Look at Sean for real though. You can Sean's good shoe anxiety.
But I am.
But you saying this, right? But the man probably does me. The man can probably watch this and curse me.
But the thing is, I am
Shauna
not
could
the
be.
group, and to me, Romar doing things.
that's what I mean.
Shamika,
things,
so
bro.
what you don't see where
in the
you're
group,
at, B.
Shauna had, so we had said, what it was, the man was like, oh, buy my first something. I can be an adult.
Fridge?
No, it was something you.
Oh, when the hangers, boy. The hangers.
For me, it was, and then he was like, big man, you were 30. It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
It was funny
yeah,
back then. But for me, I was like, Rome doing it.
I never buy hangers in my life, though.
But Because to me, it was like,
Cracker.
shit, man, how much hangers? It got hangers that can go away.
Yeah.
But for me, I was
For
like,
me, that was saying
It's a stepping stone for
Big
Rome, though.
B.
it was the same story for Rome. But what I'm saying for me, looking at him experiencing that,
You got afraid, B.
I was like, yo,
I felt
That's why you
Yeah.
can't teach them
this
how to
man
play.
is
They can
doing
teach
it.
others
This
from
man
like
is leaving a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Hey, that is,
Oh, you
know what
that
it was
is
for me?
it. That's
You know
And then when I
what
it.
went and I see the man in his
That's
space,
exactly what it is. That is
and
exactly
even
what it
like
is.
guiding you like different places, like
guidance.
and I'm
Commanding, dog.
I'm like, Cody, wrong.
Do you take in charge of your life, B? Even if it ain't a way that I want to get to yet, you still taking charge of your life, and in my opinion,
This man
I
has
can't
no
let-
family.
And making
over
Yeah,
risks,
there.
that's
yeah.
the thing too, you know. He making risks that
Taking
like
risks,
some
yeah.
people would not.
exactly.
You know what it was for me, Ron? When they first see you cook. I
Cook,
commented
you cook
with-
all the time?
when they first saw Romar cook.
is a big deal.
Right.
Romar? When I heard Romar going, that was my only worry. Well, you're laughing, B. Dog, there's no pie in Canada.
The only thing this man eats.
I know Romar to eat pie and I want to eat steam my chicken nugget. Romar does not eat, dog. When I saw Romar, when I saw Romar baked chicken and pie,
Yep.
I was like, that is my boy.
Yeah.
That's my dog, B. I was so
Right,
proud,
right.
Shamika.
Perspective.
Yeah.
And then he mother eat it and shit. It tastes
Yeah.
good, man. B.
Things like when your man tell me like don't stand there, I was like, wait. Let me at the station to go to your house. Like we get off the train or whatever maybe. We going to take the bus to your house to the thing. And he's like, big man, you don't want to stand out there. And I'm like, what you mean? Baby, we're not coming through here, big bro. But I was like, Rome, he figuring shit out.
Yeah.
That
And
was
inspired me to
I'm
do the
like-
same.
I'm like, maybe I need to go back to a place in my mind where I can figure shit out for
Yeah.
me.
It's crazy, right?
You know?
We out here paving paths with people and have no idea.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You know
We don't know what we're
don't
doing.
know.
Yeah, you got
I
it.
mean,
We don't
we
watching,
don't
we don't know.
know.
Perspective,
We
it's
don't
true.
know.
We don't know
It's
where
true.
we're going.
We need to beg each other up.
Yeah.
For sure.
it's
To
true.
show more reference to Marcus's and laying on the bricks. We laying on bricks, right? But they got 2-3 people behind me. And it's not any pressure us laying on the bricks, but it's so much support to know that people laying on these bricks with we that we do not acknowledge as much as we should.
Yeah.
And it's something we gotta think about.
Yeah, for true. For
I
true.
feel like these small around here. Cause like Marcus as an artist, he just do he thing. Like Marcus is the art deep for me. Marcus is the art deep. Kofi is a hustler. Kofi is just hustle. Romar is a passion man.
Yeah.
And Mosi is just standards.
Right, so I think that's what I think we gotta focus on the ways that we inspire other people and just keep and in fact if we get too consumed with the anxiety and everything else, then we can stop. It's like a way of thinking about the fact that we have a responsibility to inspire those that you know.
No, it's like,
That
go
one?
ahead. No,
Monique?
no,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
that we have a responsibility to inspire those that watch us.
Yep.
Right? And just to keep going, B, you can't let anxiety.
The man says I saw the email for
Sorry.
You may needs no touch.
the man needs no always.
Anyway,
Yeah.
inspire the people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We closing?
I really-
So
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Alright, cool. So we
Yeah.
around the river to Mosi and nowhere else.
thanks for coming through, people.
Yeah.
I know podcast.
We out.
Thanks for watching the I Know podcast, information, knowledge, and observation.
Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at I Know Podcast. We'll see you soon.